I've got two different left-wing commentators that were on GB News who were both asked the same question. What do you think about Epping? What do you think's going on? How do we resolve this? And here's the answers they gave.
With the view of revolutionary communist, Corbynista, do you understand, Fiona, why the protest began outside the Bell Hotel just a few days ago?
Yeah, I do understand. These protests are the result of capitalist media and capitalist politicians like yourself
Capitalists,
spending all of their political career. I mean, your political career is really built on weaponizing the fears and the insecurities that people have in their lives.
What, being raped?
And horrific things, the most horrific things that can happen to people. You weaponize these events for your political career, which is built on lies, and you say that the problems, the source of all of this comes from other poor people in society, rather than the real criminals, the biggest criminals, the people who are responsible, not just for horrific individual acts of violence, but the systemic violence that people face every single day as a result of austerity,
so if you
as
were
a result
mum,
of the cost of living crisis.
If you were a mum...
And that's the result of capitalism and Starmer.
No, this has got nothing...
That's what you're distracting.
It's Fiona, it's all good textbook stuff, but I'm going to put a human point to you, right? A non-political point to you. If you were a mum living in that part of Essex, and you knew that a young male, undocumented male, God knows where he came from, had been charged with sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl, would you as a mum in that part of Essex be happy to let your teenage kids out?
Of course, it's a horrific thing that has happened.
Would you be happy?
Can say that.
Answer my question.
It's not very profound to say that rape or assault is a bad thing. Everyone can agree on that.
So would you as a mum...
If you were genuinely concerned...
No. Would you as a mum... Would you as a mum living in Epping be concerned about what was going on?
I'm sure many mums are concerned. There are many people on these protests are concerned. Some of them, we can say, are not just concerned. Some of these people are verified neo-Nazis, right? Fascists.
Unlike Antifa with masks chucking bottles at the police.
And you're weaponising that concern.
No, I'm not.
You're weaponising that concern.
I'm sorry,
And by doing these lies, you're defending the biggest criminals in Britain. That's what your career is about.
I'm not far right. I'm worried about my kids.
Sebastian, your thoughts?
Very concerned about some of the characters who are turning up to this protest. We're seeing reports in some of the papers that there are members of far-right groups, of neo-Nazi groups. We're also seeing violence break out as well. Completely legitimate to protest.
Yeah, but hold on. Aren't you then concerned about people coming up from Antifa as well, then?
Well, I haven't seen that substantiated anywhere. If that's true, then yes. But
so have you seen the far-right people turning up, then?
I've seen those reported in the papers. I haven't seen the Antifa report in the papers. That's a claim that Nigel Farage has made, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. Very happy to be corrected, but it wasn't something I saw. The issue is, if you're coming to protest legitimately, which you can do, sexual assault is a terrible thing, you're right to be able to protest against it, be careful about who you share a platform with, because there seem to be some very unsavory
characters. Well, who are the people
there
turning up with balaclavas that are being chaperoned by the police? And why did the police tell us that they didn't do it firstly? No wonder the public's got no trust. But they are not people that you're saying from the far right. Surely they're coming to be counter-protesters, countering what the locals are doing with their concerns. They think they're racist. They've got a democratic right to do so. But that's not the far right. Surely, that's obviously Antifa and the people who are uniting against racism.
Look at him. Who is that guy on the screen that's got the blue, I don't know what it is, a scarf or whatever you want to call it, I don't care what it is. He's covering his face up. Why are you walking down that street in the middle of that day, escorted by police officers? You are up to, I would suggest, potential no good. Otherwise, why are you concealing your face? Don't you feel concerned about that when you see that, Sebastian?
Potential no good, maybe. We don't know what he's done yet. But what we do know is that a neo-Nazi group is handing out leaflets at this protest, which is incredibly
What neo-Nazi group?
It's called White Vanguard.
Right.
And it's been handing out leaflets. It's been reported in the press, saying, frankly, quite racist things.
In the end, this dividing line in our country is only becoming more and more inflamed. And I think we've already passed a point where people now are not going to be satisfied until this issue is dealt with. And it's very, very difficult to understand why the Labour Party should just stand back. We've heard nothing from Yvette Cooper. We've heard nothing from Kier Starmer. the locals in Epping have been saying to reporters that they just want to see the Prime Minister. They want him to put in an appearance and calm things down. It's obviously a national issue. Some people would say, well, Starmer should avoid it. Well, it's surely an issue that he's thinking about tonight and everyone's thinking about tonight, so I don't think he should avoid it. I think he should grow a spine and go and face those people. But of course, he doesn't want to face those people because Mr. Starmer doesn't understand politics. Within this whole thing, I think, and as we develop into what this story is becoming, I think that the people of Britain have actually had enough now, and I think they're not going to stop, and I think this discontent is going to continue. Peter Hitchens, when he was talking in an interview I saw yesterday, said that he believed that reporters and TV channels and everyone in media had a general responsibility not to inflame tensions. Well, with the greatest of respect to Mr. Hitchens, who I do respect on a number of issues, I quite like Peter Hitchens. On this one, he's totally wrong. The authorities have had well enough time to deal with this. They're allowing people into our country every day. The British people are sick of it. The hotels are at bursting point. We've got young children being abused and people on the left talking about intellectual talking points. This is not going to be resolved. This is going to play out, and it needs to play out. And I'm not advocating for any type of violence or protest. I would tell you not to go out to the protest. Please don't go out. Stay indoors if you're near one of these things and just let them play out and watch the story in the media. That would be my very, very best advice to you. And it is very good advice also. But, this issue, I've been thinking about it over these past few days and trying to come up with something. And one of the things that I think that I find extraordinary, the left has so many things at the moment going for it. It has its migration system. It has, all of the money that it's spending on the public sector. The Labour Party, which is a left-wing party, is in power. We're pursuing net zero at full tilt. All of the things in our society seem like they are going against the will of the normal conservative voter. And now everybody is in society saying, we are sick of this. And even with all of that, the left will not surrender even the migration issue, even the small boats issue. All it takes is for Kier Starmer to stand up and be a leader, to lead this country and to stand up and say, you know what, screw the ECHR, these people are going back to France, I'm calling Macron in the morning and we're going to thrash this out. And if he doesn't want to do it, then there's no more fishing and there's no more EU deal. That's what Kier Starmer needs to do, and that's the only thing that is going to fix this. But because he won't do it and because the left never gives 1 inch, that philosophy of never giving 1 inch is now meeting with an immovable force. And the funny thing is that the left is going to find out that they are outnumbered in this country by a significant margin of people who are sick to the back teeth of talking about this and dealing with this issue. And we're going to see how this is going to play out. Thanks very much for your time.